Good evening and welcome to another Scale Model Ninja. Tonight we'll be starting a new build as we managed to finish off the Baneblade. Sadly you can't see it, but it's right behind me on the shelf over there. I'll probably get it over in a minute and I'll show you what I've actually got done on it. And so I don't think I actually finished it completely on this channel on the last week, but you may have seen it if you'd actually tuned in onto my Saturday stream. You would have seen it then. Now tonight we're going to start a new build. It is the Celestial Hurricanum from Age of Sigmar. Now this build's quite a bit more detail orientated than my normal build for the show, so there'll be a lot more in-depth detail work having to be carried out, so I'll be using my fine scale brushes again, same as what I usually do when I'm doing my figures. Now with the normal sort of like Warhammer builds, I don't generally have to use that much in the fine scale brushes, so yep, it'd be nice to let you all see how I do that part of it. There will be some minor changes to the start screen as of this weekend because it's getting close to Christmas, as we ain't got that many more days to go. I think something like 26, so hopefully we should have a nice little start screen. It's going to change slightly, and then hopefully in the new year I should be rolling out a new logo, so we'll see how that one goes. But I will be keeping the Ninja and Tank, what I have got as my logo, and hopefully I will be turning that into a sticker, so at some point or other I can do little giveaways where people can basically win a sticker, something like that. So I'll be doing that at some point. So yeah, we'll go into chat and see who's about. So first up in the chat tonight is William Rayburn saying hi Ross. Hello mate. And we've got Mark Shellenden. He's saying evening all. So evening Mark. Then we've got William Rayburn saying hi to Mark. And then we've got Marcus Brunning. Hi Marcus. I won't mention your nickname tonight. I'll be nice to you. And then he's going hi Ross. And then he's also going hi to Mark and William. Then Mark Shellenden saying hi to William. And then we've got Korra Pink, Mrs. M, saying good evening all. Then we've got Mark Shellenden saying hi to me. And he's going, Marcus Brun is saying hi to Korra. And then we've got White Glove Models in. Evening White Glove, welcome to the show. He's saying hi Ross and everyone in chat. I hope you're all having a super magical festival, fantastical Tuesday. I think so anyway. And then we've got Marcus Brun saying hi to White Glove Models. And then we've got the elusive Mr. Panzer Koenig in, saying evening all. So, evening Panzer. So that's chat caught up for the time being. So, we will go. Here's Marcus saying hi to Panzer. So we'll go over to MatCam, because I have actually been doing a few little figures over the last couple of weeks, just to sort of fill in a bit of time. So we'll go to MatCam, and actually, sprues here, lots of sprues of goodness for the next build. As you can see, it's got quite a bit of detail into it, into the parts. So that'll be fun picking all that detail out. We'll move that to one side a little minute. And ooh, these are the two figures I've done. Yeah, see if we can zoom in for a minute, and it should make it a bit easier. There we go. So as you can see, one is a Stormcast Eternal figure. Now, this one I did for my youngest lad. No, because I've already done this one for my army, which I don't suppose with, but I did have this as a double. So I decided to do a little bit extra and do it again, because my youngest said he wanted it and he chose the colours for it. So yeah, so I've done him slightly different to my one, and he's got a slightly different colour scheme. Not so much blue as I normally do, but yeah, so he's happy enough anyway with that, and he wants me to put it with my army anyway. But then we've also got this one, which is what I'm doing for my eldest lad's army, and he wants his army in the colours of the Blood Angels. So that's colours he picks out, so we've done him in that, and that's where we've got to on that one. That's all done. But yeah, I said I'll grab the Baneblade, so I don't know if everybody who actually watched on then actually saw it on the Saturday show. So we have the little figure, commander figure that goes with it. And then we have Mr. Baneblade. Now, if I'll take it out of zoom, I think that's the only way you're going to get to see this one. Dump. There we go. As you can see, we've got the Baneblade done the colours that I wanted to do it in, so it doesn't actually look like it should be. But this is how I wanted it, and I've done the figures in the turrets as well. Move the camera up a little bit. There we go. So there you go. You can see it a bit better now. So you can see it's done, completed. Was a nice little bit of detail in the back there that needed doing, so that's all now done. But yeah, I enjoyed building it, and it'd been sat in the stash for well over a year, so it's now completed. I've not gone mental on the decals for it, so I thought, well, it wouldn't look right if I'd actually gone completely mad with the decals. But it does have a name on it. He is called Nemesis, so that's what the Baneblade's name is. And he has his little commander, who I've managed to paint all like that, and my eldest son now wants one for his army. But as I said to him, when he's got enough pennies, he can have one. So, as I said, we're doing the Hurricanum, which get the instruction manual out, is move the microphone over a bit. There we go. Is one of these two I'm doing now. All depending on where I get to and what I'm thinking of doing. I was given a little challenge by none other than Festa 67th Workshop, Colin himself, to use everything in the box. So I've come up with a cunning plan of where I want to put things, but it's whether or not I'll be able to do it. Don't know yet. But I'm going to try. Whether it actually happens or not, different matter. So we'll see. If I can get everything in the box on it, I'll do it. Hopefully. So yeah, that's what we're actually going to aim, is basically putting both of these together. But we'll see. I think it's going to be a bit of a stretch, but I think it's doable, because I'll be rearranging things just slightly. So we will see. So I think the first section tonight is basically doing the carriages. Just past what I wanted. Doing base carriage, which is this little part here. And then we've got the Oshis to put together. So we'll start by sticking the horses together. I think we should be able to do them without too much hassle, and I should be able to paint them without too much of a problem about getting brushing to paint certain parts. I should be able to get around it quite happily. So like most of my other models, I have actually primed them up, ready to go. So we'll see how it goes. Let's have a look. Then we've got Marcus saying hi to Panzer. You've got Panzer going, I'm not elusive, I've been working. Is that what you call it? Sitting in your little chair, playing noughts and crosses. Then we've got William Rayburn saying hi to Mark. He's also saying hey to Panzer. Mark saying hi to Panzer. Mark saying Ross. They're very nicely done. That's for the figures in the tank, no doubt. And then Mark is saying it's an awesome piece. Scale model musing. Good evening, Muse. Wave to the right camera. Usually helps. She's saying wanders in and sits down. Well, I'm glad you have. And then we've got Aishanima in. And she's saying, evening, Ross. And Panzer waves at the wonder. That's obviously Muse. And then we've got Panzer saying hi to Aisha. And you got Muse saying just finished making dinner. And you got Aisha saying hi to Scale Model Muse. Then we've got White Glove Models saying hey Marcus Bron, Mark Shellard, Scale Model Muse, Aisha Neem, William Rayburn, Panzer Kone, Korra Pink. Good to see you, all of you. That is very nice to see all of you. And then we've got Aisha Neem saying hi to William and then hi to White Glove Model. I will try to keep up with chat. You know how I do. So, we've got the Nagzed to start off with. Good. So hopefully, if all goes well, I should be able to paint these horses when they're actually together, which will be quite helpful because it means I'll be able to get the colour straight across them to match, which is what I've had problems in the past with when I've done animals and not managed to carry the colour across, I should say, on occasions. Sure. I might have to clean the pins off yet, not sure yet. No, they're going to go together quite nicely. I have to clamp him though. Yep. And then, yeah, it looks like we might have to do the bodies, the heads slightly different, separate to the bodies, so I can actually paint them all fully. I'll put up him. Clampies. 2 little clampies. And then we'll get some sticky stuff. Nope, put you to good use. Wait, get it. Not him out. Thank you. On it. So what we all been up to? Anything good this evening? We all had a relaxing evening so far. We've got Isha saying hi to White Glove Models, and then William Raver saying hello to White Glove Models, and you've got Isha saying Ross Steve F says hello. Oh, hello Steve. Good to hear from you. And then Korra Pink saying waves to everyone. And then you got Isha saying hiya Korra Pink. Make sure this one goes together as well. Yep, that one's going to go together alright. You might just have a bit of a trick getting to that one, but yeah, I should be able to get brushes around to it. Neat looking. Mr. Clamp. There we go. And so we'll be with the horses, I think. Yeah, just that one not as tight, slightly more raised, but we'll leave that one off a minute. So we'll need 2 little blue tack sticks. Put you onto there. Oh, can I get one of these will grip it or not? Yeah, so I don't think that's gonna work with them. So yeah, it's gonna have to be glue tack stick. Oh, don't need the bigger ones. Get this. Squeeze up the blue tack a bit. I noticed it doesn't like having paint completely covered in it all the time. So it's sometimes better to do that and get it back its stickiness. We've got Asian saying Steve F is in my kitchen cleaning, bless him. Aww. And then she goes, oops, kitchen. And then one goes, that's right, put him to work, Asian. Poor lad. Probably been at work all day. I've been hard at work. And then you make him slave in the kitchen. That's like hell wooed. And there's another one. There it is. Do the same with this one. And then you got Scale Mode Muse saying, hey, yep, that's what I was going to say. Nothing good is for free, lol. I don't know, picking on a poor man. Almost like kicking him while he's down when you make him force him to work in a kitchen. Poor lad. Okay. Right, that's sorted. Ready? Okay. Might as well start off with the old Nag's Head and see how we get on with that. So, lead belcher first for his chainmail. Use my little pot stopper. That's all thanks to Mr. Fester himself, he sent me that. Quite a handy little thing. Just keeps the lids from flicking back closed. That's the brush I want. Old chest chow mark, chainmail on the front. So I've just had my din-dins, which was sliced beef in gravy and a few roast spuds. So what else have we all had for dinner this evening? Anything good? And also, what's on your benches? Now, on this one, not really sure what colour I'm going to do the old horseshoes, but I think I'm going to go with a lighter brown. We'll use that, I think. And yeah, we've got a few little bits of strap and that what goes underneath here. A little bit there, poking through. A little bit in bits. So yeah, it's gonna be this brown. I think I'm using is the Mornfang brown. Got Panda Game Belly, breakfast of fried egg butties, coffee, more coffee, bench. I forgot. That's called getting old, Panda. Doesn't help when you forget things like that. Then you got Marcus Brun saying busy week and a half, not as much time at the bench sadly. Belly, spaghetti bolognese, and now couch surfing. Ah. Oh, I've got his ears on some, didn't I? Doop. Can I forget his ears? Yeah, like I said, the technical staff have been very busy sorting out a startup screen that's going to be slightly different for us for the Christmas festive season. So, and that should be going live on Saturday's show. All goes well. So hopefully you'll all like it. I bet I forgot to do the eye socket on the other one. Now that I've done one side. Oh, I almost forgot it on that one as well. Dull. We've got, let's see. Scale Model Muse saying, haven't done much until today. Now that I have the polishing powders, I can work on my Outrider. Ooh. You're going to make it a shiny, shiny Outrider. Do-do-do. Yeah, I did miss one. Thought I had them. And I've now missed the ears on the other one. Nope. I'll get the ears done on this one. And by hopefully soon, which the paint should be dry enough for me to start doing a little bit of work on the bodies of the other ones. And an issue name saying, no dinner for me, been too busy. Oh dear. You mean you haven't made him cook your dinner while he's been in the kitchen and cleaning it? It's unusual. Then we've got Panther going, ooh, getting old and forgetful am I? This from the man who lost decals on his bench. No, I haven't lost them. They're just in a safe place. That I've yet to still remember which safe place they're in. So, yeah. Okay. That's the brown taken care of. Now, there it is. Don't need a lot of this one. Just need enough to do the straps. And go to one of the other smaller brushes. So that one done. We've got some reviews going. Dinner was chicken Kiev, mashed potatoes, and green beans. Very nice. Except for the green beans. Nah. Then Scum News goes lol, and some shiny bits, yeah. Always hiding stuff from myself too, lol. Yep, well, I think we're all guilty of that. We always have that one safe space where we put stuff and then spend the next 6 months trying to remember where we put it. But no doubt I will remember at some point. Probably next year, but I will remember it. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the metal plate that goes over the armour plate. It's called Iron Hand Steel. Now, this one I mainly got it for when I do the neck bronze. It's got like a brassy colour to it. I'm just hoping it differs enough from the lead belcher. Oops, I forgot to put do not disturb on my tablet this evening. And we've got each name saying, scale model news, you sure it was chicken, not frog legs, lol. And Pantacone is going, ah yes, the safe place, I know it very well. Yes. I think we all know that safe place very well. We all have one. And then we all probably forget it. I have to touch that up a little bit. I will be doing some gold highlights on these armour plates in a minute. Am I just in the wrong bloody? Oh, and I have a nice dope. There we go. Let's move that out of the way because I keep almost dipping into that thing. My mistake. And you got Skullmon Review saying, yes, it was chicken roll. And then you got Korra Pink saying, green beans are yummy. Well, there might be a few, but not for me. And then Muse is going, yes, the fresh ones are. And Skullmon Review says, no kind of frozen nonsense. Fair enough. And then Korra put, definitely Muse. Sadly, I buy frozen as I'm the only one who eats them. I stay away from tin ones. Well, frozen is near enough as good as fresh. So it shouldn't be too bad on that one. Now, if I was meant to eat veg and the other horrible thing called a salad, I'd be born as a rabbit, but I'm not. I'm a meat eater. I like me roast beef and me sausages and me pork steaks and things like that. What I'm intending to do is hopefully dry brush some copper over this armour, just to give it a bit more depth, hopefully. And then we'll also be doing some gold highlights onto it. Just got to do around this side of the eye socket. And one thing I must remember is to drink my coffee before it gets too cold, because I always seem to forget that I make myself a cup of coffee before I start the show. Well, my good lady does come down occasionally and make a coffee for me, but I forget to drink the damn thing, so it ends up being freezing cold by the end of the show. So I end up swallowing a load of cold coffee. So in a way, I'm actually becoming more partial to it now. Yeah, it's not one of my favourite things to be drinking. I think we're getting somewhere on this first head. So I get this one, the other head painted to where I want it to start off with before I start weathering a bit on it. This one should be reasonably dry. There's a couple of little minor patches down the brown, but we need a finer brush for that. And we'll touch in the eye in a bit. Let's do it with the armour plate there as well. I've just missed a little bit of the armour plate underneath. There we are, a bit there. It's almost dry already. Need it again. Ooh, Ooh, these you can catch up with. Gone past a bit, innit? So William Redburn's going, dinner tonight will be steak and baked potatoes. Nice. Annihilation Steve S.F. also collects Warhammer. These are his armies: Orcs, Dark Angels, Necrons, Grey Knights, Tau, Sisters of Battle, and Skitarii. Nice little collection of armies. I've mainly got Nighthaunts, Orcs, Orcs, Space Marines, Dark Angels, and my own Space Marine Legion. And I've got some of my Chaos Space Marines. So yeah, that's my sort of like few armies. But I also now have some Necrons to do, as well as again the Primaris bloody Blood Angels for me eldest. Definitely do a bit more colour to it. Where are you? There we are. So now, yeah, I think we'll give it a bit of a purple hue instead of a copper. Now these are a metallic range from Green Stuff, and I've used them for quite some time, and they are a reasonably good paint to use. Not exactly the cheapest of brands, but they are quite nice to use. Now this one I'm just going to dry brush it on. You can't really see it. I don't think you're going to be able to see much of it on the camera. But hopefully when I take pictures of it later, you're going to be able to see the slight hint of purple in the armour. Hopefully that's how it will turn out anyway. So now we'll concentrate on the first head at the moment. Ashbati. And the Ashbati one I generally use about Ashbati for skulls and bones. So I like the sort of like gives it sort of a weathered look. A lot of people just leave them white, but I think they look better with just a little bit of colour. And then I'll go over them when they've dried with Agrax Earthshade. Just so it gives it a bit of a more weathered look to it. William Rabo saying, can't wait for spring to get here so I can start my garden and grow some green beans. Nah. But then again, I used to grow all sorts of stuff when I was younger. I had my own little patch of garden. And when I used to live, before I moved abroad, we used to basically grow all our veg when we were younger. Well, when I was younger, I should say. And yeah, I mean, mum and dad saw I was actually interested in doing what I did, and I got quite good at it. So I ended up expanding my little plot of ground each year until I got more and more. And then me dad just said, okay, you take up the whole of the veggie garden area, and that's what I did. Let's catch up a bit more on chat. We've got scale model muse. Now, if I blanch them and freeze them, it's okay. Yeah, well, that's what mostly British frozen veg are. They all get blanched first and then sent through a rapid freeze. Just can't stand over processed stuff. No, I don't think many people like too much processed crap. It just doesn't taste good. Well, it tastes good, but you know it's not good for you. There's no better than having a good home cooked meal. Ocean saying his Grey Knight army has now reached 10,000 points. Oh, blimey. You have to get some pictures of it, actually, Asian, and put them up in Festa's group. Very interesting to see what armies he's got and have a look at them. Then you got Skullman News saying they're seldom in the freezer long though. Nothing wrong with that. Then Panzer's going, Muse, a question. Did you by any chance have to choke the chicken Kiev? Panzer. And then you got Muse saying, I like salads too. Well, nah. I like to eat what actually eats salads, which is the rabbit. There's nothing wrong with a rabbit when it's got a bit of lead in it. Especially when it's put in the oven at 220 for 45 minutes with some seasonal veg and some spices. And then you got Muse saying, lol, no, and she's also calling him a dirty old man. Don't blame Muse. I'm the sane. Well, Korra Pink, I don't know if you're sane or not, but you're married to me, so nah, probably not. It's been a while since I've blanched veg. Need to get back into preserving food again. Fair enough. Skullmon Muse is going, get me laughing and there'll be chrome powder all over. Yeah, well, yeah, that could be a bit of a problem. Then you got Panzer going, I was just asking on behalf of a friend. Yes, Panzer, we believe you, but thousands wouldn't. And you got Skullmon Muse going, lol. Asian name's going, Panzer, you're getting worse with old age, lol. Yes, he's definitely getting old, so it doesn't matter how many times you say it, he's getting old. And you got Panzer going, I am not. It's just there was a lot of chicken abuse going on earlier. Then you got William Rayburn laughing. And you got Asian going, oh yeah, with Sue, lol, bless her. Fair enough. Then we got Skullman goes, indeed, lol. Asian going, it's also known as bashing the bishop, lol. And Skullman is going, hee hee. Then you got Panzer going, good God. Violence against the clergy now. And then you got Nisha going, bless you, my son. And then Muse is going, lol. That's the chat caught up. So, I've got that part done so far. Skull's dried up enough now. So, we are going to be using some technical paints. So this will be fun. Now, Can't remember if I've got an orange one there. That's what I want. Ooh, look. So first of all, I want that yellow paint. That's the yellow. What I want. Now these technical paints, I really do like them, but it doesn't help when you got to shake them like a Looney Tune. Where's the other one? I think that's the green one, isn't it? Yeah, that's just right. Blue. We can use. Yeah, we can use the yellow from that. A little bit of yellow first. That's that bit done. And what I'm going to do is use the contrast yellow, which is actually a bit more of a orangey colour along the base of it. We go over the yellowish bit now. It should hopefully blend over like so. So hopefully it should look. Yeah, you can't really see it that well. Just try and see if I zoom in quickly. Here we go. So hopefully you can see the flames coming out of the skull a little bit better. Bring it in a bit more, so hopefully it doesn't get. There we go. So yeah, the effect I'm trying to get is like a flame coming from the skull. So now I need there should be a red one there somewhere. That's the one I want. And then I also want Reserve Shade. That's the one I want. The Null Oil. One pot. Got enough to do what I want. Let's do it like so. Oh, there's a bit of smoke coming off it. So hopefully, when I get the red bit on, which is this one, I don't really want a lot of this. I only want it to go around the base of the flame area. Well, yeah, hopefully it just gives off the little effect of flames coming in the skull. So hopefully, yeah, it's sort of like working. So I'm using the Null Oil as like almost like a smoke effect coming off the top of the flames. So yeah, that's how that one goes. Hopefully, I'll put some pictures up in one of the groups somewhere, and hopefully you can see it a lot better than that what I'm actually doing on the actual screen at the moment. Just take it out, zoom out, open it wide up again. Let's see. You got Win Reba saying be right back, and then Asian News saying, oh no, not orange, Ross. Yeah, the orange for the flame. But yeah, it's looking not too bad. It looks better in sort of real life than it does on a camera lens at the moment. But like I said, I'm going to go over the skull with Agrax Earthshade, and this just gives it the depth that I want, because it should drop into where the eye sockets and everything are. Just make the skull look a bit more weather worn. By just doing that, and then just literally leaving it to flood down into the gaps where I can't really get to. And that's the skull done. Now the fun part, which I'll be doing next, is where on the back here you can just see like little Sigmarite runes are on the back of the actual thing, and then there's some flashes that come down on the metalwork on the actual horse's head. So I'll be doing them in gold. For this I do need me fine brush. I've just got to bring it down very, very gently. So I don't want to put too much pressure on the brush. I want to use the tip of it. Otherwise you'll end up splaying out across the rest of the panel that you don't want to. Because these are raised lines, you've got to be careful you don't just go too much on. Because I've already done the pre-highlighting of the purple, so you haven't really got a chance to replace that again once you've actually done it once, because otherwise you end up losing the sort of level. Because if you try and go over it again to recover it, it's it'll go darker than what you want. I don't want mine to go that dark, so there we go. It's coming along nicely now. I've got that centre line. We're going to have to go over a bit more. The only one that actually, when you're doing something this sort of like detailed and fine, you end up holding your breath as you go like, and you don't do it intentionally. It's just purely by accident you end up doing it. Sneaky. Yeah, to do this, I am using a, it's a 5/0, this brush. I normally use a 10/0. And the brushes I've got here are from ABC brushes. They're a tri-grip, which I find a lot more comfortable to use than your standard round shaft. Just allows you to grip it a bit steadier, I find. I'd also like to say a big thank you to all the people that tuned in on Saturday. For some strange reason, I had a lot more people watching on Saturday than I normally do, so it's very much appreciated. I do hope you all enjoyed the show on Saturday. Okay, that's that bit done. Now the harder bits. This is the bit I normally have to concentrate on the most. I'm just literally using the edge of the brush with not too much paint on, just to drag over the top of it the little insignias. Now what I intend doing is actually dry brushing some silver over this afterwards. Hopefully it only to catch like the real fine edge of it, of the actual pieces of armour. All that side. Sorry if I'm not talking as much at the moment, but it's just taking a wee bit of constipation, as they say. One more to go. And there we go. And now you've got a horse's eyes too, which is a little white speck in it. And hopefully that'll be the first horse's head nearly finished. And Wait. I must remember to order some more white paint as well, because I'm getting seriously low on it. Yeah, I am actually. I have to order some more of that. And this is the bit I normally screw up on. I hate doing eyes. Yeah, I think oh, no. Damn it. I just need a little light brown again. Touch up where I've made a little bit of an error. And there we go. So hopefully, yeah, it should be good. Something like that. So that's the first of the horse's head done. So we're going to dry brush some silver just on these pleat edges of the armour. Oh, where's me? There it is. Or just basically just highlight it up with a small brush. I think we can do that instead. Yeah, we should have just adds a little bit of a highlight, not much. That's what I'm aiming for roughly. Just to give it that edge of highlight on the edge of the metal. Sadly, you can't really see it until I actually post pictures of it. You won't be able to see what I've done. Yeah. Yep, I think I'm happy enough for that now. So we should, in theory, be able to wash it over with, where are you? That's the one. I'm hoping this works, so I'm not sure if it will or not. Sometimes I just like trying things just to. Oh, that's actually better, yeah. Yeah. Quite like the look of that now. and a bit of a break and flesh shading. This goes over too much. I'll wipe some of that off in a minute. I just want it to pull just a little bit at the edges. Just gives it almost like a purpley effect on the armour. Then it also highlights out the silver as well. And gold. That's what I like about the right and flesh shade. It does a nice job of just brightening up. So yeah, there you go. I'll see if I can bring it a bit closer and take it away from that bright light above it. Turn Melty back on. There we go. Move that way a minute. So yeah. So all I've used is basically just layering on different technical paints. I've not put any of the Reichland over the mail because I don't want that on there yet. So I've just literally just washed it over after I've done the dry brushing, and then you can almost, without actually seeing it in sort of like the face, you can't really pick up the purple hue that's on it, sadly. But it does look pretty good and it's come out better than I thought it would do. I might go over with another dry brush of the purple later on when that's fully dried. But yeah, that one I'm extremely happy with for the time being. It will stand out. Stay up there for the time being. So, on with go start on my body, why not? Okay, so we've got again a load of plate armour and cross and the other little insignias and everything. We've got the chainmail on both sides. So we'll start off with the chainmail again. Close you up before I end up knocking you over. And I'll belch you. You got Marcus saying looks great, and then you got Scalmore Review saying looks good, Ross. Thank you. As I said, a lot of mine when I'm doing things like that, they are purely like little happy accidents. I've never tried doing that before, so I thought, well, give it a go. And yeah, it's a slightly different technique. I mean, most people, if they know me, I don't generally weather models. I'll generally leave them as they are. But there's the ones that you do just a little bits here and there, just to give it a bit of a extra oomph, as I call it. And it just works. And you get that happy little accident that makes it work. Now I know I'm using lead belcher for the chainmail. Yeah, I forgot to silence the tablet and everything. Oh, it's one of my friends from America just sent me a message. I'll give him hell in a minute saying why isn't he on the stream. You got Scalmore Review saying I just pick a colour and go for it. Yep, most of the time that's what I do. I mean, the horses, I didn't know what colour I was going to paint them until I got onto the show tonight. I have a habit of not painting things to what is expected of them sometimes. Well, most of the time, actually. I just like doing what I do, and it's fun. Just when I start messing around with colours like I've done with my own army from Space Marine Army. They're using like the Vallejo metallics on it. And I must admit, even though the metallics are actually designed for airbrushes, I still use them as a brush paint. I've also got a chain coming out the back of here, which will also be going the Ned Belcher look. I will be sorting a couple of little things out with it. Yeah, for not actually looking how far this goes back. That's one side done. I just pick a colour and go for it. Yep. From using them, you're saying sometimes I end up redoing things though. Yep, I think we've all been to that point. I mean, I've got another figure that's over there at the moment that I started probably, well, it's going to be over a year ago now. I started it. And I got so far with it and then just suddenly decided, no, I'm not happy with it. It's just not what I wanted. Like the colour scheme, even though I sort of like tried to persevere and sort of thought, well, hopefully it will grow on me. But nah, it never did. So it's going to have to go. All I'm going to do is I'll reprime it and start all over again. Not that I mind. I mean, at least it'll get it done to the exact way I want it doing, not the way people perceive it needs to be done by. That's one of the things that make me really laugh is when you go into some groups, you'll get people that will actually purposely nitpick your build, and they'll turn around and say, well, that's not the right colour for that German plane and whatever. And you sort of go to them, well, it's representation, it's not an actual plane, it's a model of one, and that model can be painted in whatever colour you want. Which makes it more fun of a hobby. Scale model muse goes, they brush nicely. Yeah, the Vallejo paints do brush very well, and especially the metallics. The reason why I do use a lot of them, because with your normal Citadel paints, they dry very quickly. Oh, just a bit. So sometimes it's better if you've got it to use the Vallejo paint, which is what I do. If I've got to do like really large amounts of small area bits. Yep. Back corner of the chain mill. Almost forgot that bit. Okay. So yeah, there we go. That's the armour and chains gone. Done, I could say. So the next colour I want is this one. Another paint I also use, I said like the other metallics that I use, they're made by Green Stuff. And they've got some really nice colours, and they're actually doing like colour shifts. And now the dog's starting to create. Ugh, noisy little hound. Hopefully Mrs. M will pop back down and let him out. If she hasn't already fallen asleep, that is. That one, yep, got one. I've got a few bits of highlighting that to do. I've also got a couple of little bits in the red I've got to do as well. What I'm going to do for the blankets. Cat's sitting at the bottom of the stairs waiting for them. Yes, dog and our cat have a love-hate relationship. The dog attacks the cat on the way out, and then the cat attacks the dog on the way in. You've got coffee lying down here. Please. I'm cold. Now he's playing Woofter outside. So again, I'll be doing the same as what I did with the armour on the head of the horse. And that'll be given the same sort of colouring, so to speak, as you call it. And then I'll start doing the highlighted parts afterwards. There's quite a bit of detail even on these little horses, which is really nice. But what I'm going to do is I'll probably end up touching up putting the red parts into it first, where these little tabards that come down the side here, those I'm going to be painting, what is it again now? Oh, Evil Son of Scarlet. Let's take the regime off of that again now. Wake up. That's it. Okay, again. There you go. So yeah, I'll be using an Evil Son Scarlet for the tabards that go down the edge. Shame really that I can't find any runes to go in these gunfalons that are on the side of the armour, but come on. Blimey, at a time already. Time flies when you're having fun. And it doesn't look as though I've got a lot done, but in my eyes I have got quite a bit done. Managed to get the majority of at least one horse nearly done, which is always a bonus. And hopefully what I'll do is I'll continue this horse, well, the other horse as well. I'll get that one finished, and then we'll carry on with this one. Part of the, whatever that is. So we'll be doing them in gold, I think, to make them stand out a bit more. Thank you. Underneath that. Okay, let's see. William Rayburn, it's time to cook dinner. Later, Ross and everyone in Chatland. Hope to see everyone tomorrow. Yep, no doubt, on somebody else's stream, no doubt. And then you've got Marcus Brown saying, got the colour shift from green stuff. Looks really good for a project after my A10. So it's finally arrived then. I'm glad I managed to persuade you. That means I can now see how you do with them, Marcus, and then decide whether or not I'm going to buy some myself then. Not that I actually sort of persuaded you to actually buy any. I didn't try and twist your arm or anything. Just might have actually hinted that they are good paints to use. And yeah, they are, as far as I'm concerned. They're really nice paints to use. And I've had no complaints with them at the moment so far. As I said, the Black Cat ones are designed for airbrushes again. But like I said, when I use the metallics, I generally have a base coat for them to lay onto, or I've primed a model like these ones I'm doing now, and they generally go over quite well. They might take a couple of coats, and I think what Mark is going to use the green colour shift ones for is for a vehicle or whatever it was. I think Gundam or something like that. What we were discussing one night. As long as you use a wide enough brush and you keep your edges wet as you work around the model, you should generally hopefully get it on without too many streak marks in it that can happen. No, it's purely just down to allowing the brush to dry out too much. Then we've got Marcus saying bye bye William, and then you got Skirmon Reviews details. The more you look, the more you'll find. Correct, you do. I mean, especially on these sort of like little miniatures, there is a hell of a lot of actually fine detail. I mean, you'll see a lot more when I start doing the wheels for the carriage that goes on the back of it. And there is quite a bit of, even for these little horses, there are actually quite a bit on these as well. I mean, yeah, it's been great fun so far. Then we've got Hugh Gordon joining us. Good evening, Hugh. Welcome to the show. He's saying hi Ross, and then evening Chatland. And then Marcus Brown says, oh no, not at all Ross. Appreciate the brainstorming on that. That was when the night we was in the 24/7 chat, and me and Marcus were just discussing about different paints for his Gundam, and we sort of like came across a set of different paint colours for colour shift, and we thought, yeah, that would look really good on these Gundam that we were doing. So I think they were a chameleon set that you can get from Green Stuff, and yet they turned out to be really, really good paints for the price. But they're not exactly the cheapest in the world, but I actually do like using them, so I can generally recommend them. Marcus saying hi to Hugh, and then Hugh's going hi to Marcus. Marcus going looking at primers to go with the shifters. Yeah, the Wing Gundam. I think most of the primers, especially the colour shift ones, if you generally use a matte black base, you'll get the better results out of them. Except for gold. For some reason or other, I find it.
You've got over 100 subs.
Yes, I've just noticed that. Yeah, it's Nigel. Yeah. I'm just going to go into something in a minute. The wife has just dropped down and told me about something. As I was saying, the gold is generally, I find if you put a white base underneath it, it gives you a better finish and it gives you a shinier. For some reason, don't know why, ain't got a clue. But that's how I sort of find it. Then we've got Nigel's Modelling Bench joining us, saying, hi Ross, hope you're having fun. Yes mate, I'm enjoying it. He's been often accused of being a brother from another mother by Mr. Colin Fester 667. He accuses Nigel of being my brother for some strange reason. Not that we ever look alike, I don't think. I haven't got the beard. And he's going... We've got Hugh Gordon saying, evening Nigel, I was watching. Then Nigel Modelling Bench saying, hi Ross, seen your sub numbers. I haven't actually refreshed it yet, but my wife has told me that I am now over 100. I think I have Nigel to thank for that, so thank you very much Nigel, if you've been helping me out on the subs. It's very, very much appreciated. I can't really say much more than that. It's a bit surprised because I was 1 minute I was on 88 and next I'm on 101 by all accounts. So yeah, thank you very much. Oh yeah. You got Marcus saying hi to Nigel. You got Hugh Gordon. A few new faces are suddenly showing up in the show. We got let's see, well, I've got to just jump myself now. Brian Windmill, good evening, and thank you for joining me, much appreciated. And he's saying, evening all, 101 subscribers, thanks to Nigel. Yep, Thank you very much, Nigel. Much appreciated. And then we got Marcus Brown saying congrats on the 100+ subs. Thank you very much. Mark Ballaghan, I think it's all Ballaghan. You are so much better than that Nigel bloke. Oh dear. Thank you very much, Mark. And Brian Windmill says hi to Marcus. And then you got Crazy Loca. Hi Ross, tag you it. #93. By the way, blame Nigel. Hey, it's much appreciated. I mean, I hope you enjoy the channel as much as the usual people do. As probably Nigel's mentioned, I'm not professional at what I do. I just paint and enjoy myself. And I do different things with different models. And I'd never paint them by whatever they're supposed to be. So, yeah. We've got Hugh Gordon saying, long time coming, Ross. Well done, mate. Yep. Obviously, thanks to Nigel, he's actually brought quite a few people over to me. I've very much appreciated it. Thanks to everyone who has made Ross's day. I've never known him speechless. Now up to 113 subs and growing quickly. Oh, blimey. Yeah, very much appreciated. Kickbacks 1985, welcome to the show. Much appreciated for you joining me. Saying howdy, new subs come here from Nigel. Yep. And we got Riley Kitchen, hi from California. Another few members from the American side of it. Welcome. Hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, normally I'm only on till about 11:30, but it means I'm going to have to go on for a bit longer now, don't I? Oh well, there we go. I don't mind. We got Nigel's monument saying Mark Ballaghan, he finishes his models. Well, yeah, I try to anyway. And you got Marcus Braun saying hi to Crazy, Kickback and Riley. Marcus Braun started laughing. And then you got my wife, Korra Pink, saying hi to all the new people. So yes, very much so. Hi to you. Crazy like Ross's modelling skills cross over well and give us all inspiration and different perspectives. Thanks for sharing your passion with us. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping you enjoy it. I mean, I basically enjoy what I do. I mean, that's basically how I try to build up some of my things, and it's generally hit and miss, and if it works, it works. If not, I'll do it again. That's all I can say. Good to hear that, Nigel. At least someone does. Oh dear. And you got Hugh Gordon saying hi to Korra, and then Korra Pink saying hi to you. So yeah. I'll carry on with my little horsey then. Yeah, thanks very much, Nigel. Much appreciated. I mean, never expected to get the hundreds so quickly like that. It's been a while. I have been close to it a couple of times, and then it went suddenly shooting back down again. But there you go. As I said to most people, I'm not a professional at doing this. I just have fun, enjoy what I do, and if people enjoy it too, and if they get any inspiration from what I do, I'm happy to pass that on. I mean, I've only been back into this hobby now something like 4.5 years, I think it is now. I've actually been back to this hobby, and that's all thanks to my wife, because I was getting to the point where I was getting serious sort of like depression and that sort of thing. So the wife got sick and tired of watching me moping around the house and doing nothing, so she brought me a couple of models for Christmas. Oh, we've got Model Maker Dave's in. Good evening, Dave. welcome. Hope you enjoy the show. As I said a minute ago, I normally finish about 11:30 here, but as we seem to have quite a few people just suddenly joined us, thanks to Nigel, it is much appreciated. And yeah, 130 subs. No pressures to finish models now. Yeah, well, I try to finish things. I mean, I will sort of like show you some of the stuff that I have done, and then you can sort of make up your own mind from that in a minute. See, a lot of mine is all my stuff that I do is, as I said, I don't actually play the Warhammer game. I just basically do figures and stuff that I actually like the look of. So I go from there really. And this is one of those figures where I decided to sort of get it and hoping to see where I can actually go from it. I mean, I've just recently, as you can probably see from, if you've looked at my channel, you'll see that I've actually done a Baneblade recently. Now again, it has its own colour scheme where I've actually got carried away with me metallic paint again, and I've actually enjoyed it. I'll just grab it quickly so you can have a quick look for the new people that are joining the channel, and you'll see what I mean by not sticking to normal colours for the black stuff like that. And here he is. And this is using Vallejo metallics, and I just love them. I think they're brilliant, and it's got the subtle markings and everything like that from the different things, but the colour scheme that I've got on here is generally the one I use for the rest of my army, and that's my own one. I don't use the normal matte colours, so I've basically done this in my own colour scheme, and it's turned out alright, I think, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's how that one's turned out. Putting that shelf out of the way. But also on a Saturday, you'll see that I do normal models, not just the Warhammer stuff. So yeah, it's I'll do things on a Saturday like this, and this is the Star Trek USS Ambassador. It's not finished yet. I've been working on it slowly, but yeah. And what you'll find with me is that I don't actually airbrush any of my models. They're all hand brushed, brush painted. So yeah, none of mine's actually airbrushed. The only sort of spraying I do is generally when I sort of do my base coats on stuff. So I better catch up on chat quickly. Let's see. Oh, that's gone to sleep again. There we go. Just go down a bit. There we go. We've got Fungus Eater 40 in. You're going, hi mate. Got the nod from Nigel. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Fungus Eater 40. Very much appreciated you joining. I'm always welcome to new people joining the channel. It's been a bit of a surprise that I've suddenly gone up that many though in one go. Then we've got Hugh Gordon saying, behind every good man is an even better wife, Ross. Yes, that I'll totally agree with that, because my channel wouldn't have any of the graphics or anything like that without my good lady. She's actually sorted all that for me. I just stick to my model and I leave her to do the backroom tinkering and everything like that. We got Michael Navin in. He's saying modelling keeps me sane. Model on, sir. And welcome to the show, Michael. And we've got Jeff Donahue. Greetings from Colorado, USA. I found out about your channel from Nigel. It seems like a lot of people have found my channels from Nigel. So, can't say enough for you, Nigel. Thank you very much for all your help for getting me past my 100 subs. It means I can now have the URL for my channel, which will be really, really good. Especially for a little guy that just potters around from West Yorkshire in the UK. It's quite surprising and much appreciated. Michael was saying, we've got Jeff Donahue saying greetings from yep, and we've got Marcus Brown saying hi to Model Maker Dave, and we've got Crazy Loca from Florida also blame Nigel. And then you got Ian Ludlam saying hi from Ian. You've got to stay up later. Yeah, it looks like it for a bit. Marcus Brown saying hi to Fungus Eater, Michael Niven, and Jeff D. Ian. And then you got Asian here saying, and I'm back. And that I really went anywhere exciting, just the Lulo. Yep, well, I think Aisha, you've missed a bit because I've now suddenly gone up a few subscribers. If you hadn't seen that. Then Michael Evans saying what a beast. Hugh Gordon is going hi to those over the pond from Bonnie, Scotland. Crazy Local say that's a sharp looking, at least it's not boring grey. Yeah, but that's one thing I definitely don't generally do. I don't do boring colours really. I like to make my own colours up and do things my way, so it's a bit more fun. You got Hugh Gordon's Marcus Brown saying hi Hobby Link. So we got Hobby Link International. Hello from New Jersey, USA. Blimey. You got Marcus Brown saying hi to Hobby Link, and then you got Hugh Gordon saying hit that thumbs up please everyone. That would be much appreciated. And Hugh Gordon hit that thumbs up there. Yep, and you got Henry LaFontaine. Well done, old school style. Yeah. A lot of mine do look that way. I mean, even some of my stuff that I painted, it's older school sort of style of painting compared to the way a lot of people do, a lot more highlighting and stuff like that than I do. So it's still skills that I've got to try and still learn, is doing the highlights and the washes and get the hang of them a bit better. I do what I do, but if I like it, I like it. If not, I'll repaint it. You've got Hobbylink International saying hi to Marcus and the Ocean Names. Hi to all from America and welcome. And you've got Crazy Loca putting a thumbs up. Mark, there you go. Got to go, but I will check out the rest of your vids later. Well, thank you very much. And then we've got Paul Pricing saying greetings from Australia. Also blame Nigel. You're getting blamed a lot tonight, Nigel, mate. And welcome to the show, Paul. Much appreciated if you popping along. Marcus Brun, he's saying hi, Paul Price. And Paul Price saying impressed with your detail work. Oh, thank you very much. I try my best. I mean, that's probably down to my OCD, really, that I sort of like spend more time messing about with detail than I do with the most things. It's what I sort of like encourages me more to do on a model, and hopefully you'll see more of that if you carry on watching me doing this Celestial Hurricanum, because I'll be doing, it does have a lot of detail in it, which is one of the reasons why I bought the kit in the first place. And we've got Marcus saying hi to Henry. Joseph Kelly, hello from California coast. Oh, hello Joseph, welcome to the show. And you got Marcus saying hi to Joseph. So I think I finally caught up with chat for a bit. And we'll see how it goes from there. Blimey. Okay, back to Mr. Horsey. So now I want the Evil Sun Scarlet. There we go. And as you probably see, I don't mess about with wet palettes or anything like that when I'm doing this, even though you're supposed to. I just do what I do and that's it. Crazy Locust saying it's great to see brushwork at this quality. Well, I'm glad that you think it's great brushwork. I just do it because I enjoy it. I'm also paint and decorate in real life, so that probably does help a little bit. Nigel's modelling bench goes, I've been a very naughty boy, Ross, sat here watching you put out so much content every week on the live stream, so thought I'd see if I could get a few more subs on board. I think you've done that, mate, and it is very, 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 very much appreciated. Yeah, it's a very big surprise and very much enjoyable. So again, once again, Nigel, thank you very much for your help, and thanks for getting me over my 100. Dave Brown saying, gotta go, looking forward to more videos. As I said, I do twice a week, and then hopefully in the near future I should be doing a few more with other people coming in and joining me on the stream. Mason Bolstein saying, good evening from Faroe Islands, and blame Nigel. Then you got Henry I. Fontaine saying, it's your modelling bench, you should be doing what you like doing. Yep, and that's what I do. I just mix it up and do all sorts of different things. And you got Crazy Locust saying 150 sub, bloody hell. I am allowed to swear because it passes at Watershed over here. Oh. And then you got Otto von Skidmark. He's saying hello from Cornwall. Oh, thank you and welcome to the show. Then we've got Nigel's modelling bench saying 38 more subs and we've doubled the number tonight. Yeah, that's a big jump. Marcus Braun, awesome. And he's also saying hi to Otto. And you got Diogenes, I think that's how you're supposed to say it, saying good evening from Utah, also blame Nigel. And then you got Mason Bolstein saying hi to Marcus. And you got Scale Models, it's all Nigel's fault this time, lol. Yeah, so we blame Nigel anyway. And then we've got Patrick Clark, who's joined us from Australia. So yeah, okay. So we'll try and get this bit done now. Yeah, I'm using it. Right side brush across, use yours. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, with me, it's I paint or build whatever I like. It doesn't matter. But the only thing I don't generally build is civilian stuff. I think I've only ever built I think it's one piece of civilian equipment, and that's basically the Rebel London bus. And that's about the only piece of civilian stuff I've actually ever built. I don't know really why I don't build more civilian stuff. It doesn't excite me as much as the military and the Warhammer. I think that's the main reason why I don't do civilian vehicles and everything. I mean, it's always, everybody has their own little sort of like niche of what they like to build. With me, it is, as I said, just the military stuff. You get some people that just stick to civilian, and like me, they won't touch military. And you get crazy people like Nigel that just does anything, and then when he's building his stuff, he just hacks the hell out of it and then turns out a masterpiece at the end. But that's not before he sits there and spends 3 hours explaining what's wrong with a kit and then puts it all right. And that's why I like watching Nigel's stuff, because he goes through the whole thing and explains it, where it's wrong, why it's wrong, and not like where you can watch some people and they'll turn around and say, well, that's wrong, and have no backup for reason why they're saying it's wrong. And they don't explain that part, and then they'll just like totally ignore it and then just bash on through. Now Nigel, he'll go through and tell you what's wrong with it, and then tells you how he rectifies it and works away from it. But at least you know the reason why he's done it. Oh, let's see. Catch up where I was now. Scale Model Reviews saying, is that Ken up there? Crazy Loker, blame Nigel and hit the thumbs up. Glue Trooper Nerds. Yeah. Diogenes, he's putting the thumbs up. And Otto von Skidmark saying, I really need to take the plunge and paint some figures. Yeah, I mean, my first ever video on sort of like when I did my first ever stream, that was with my Steelheart Champions, and that was my first ever one, and boy was I nervous when I first did that. So yeah, it's taken me a while to get used to doing live streams, but I do enjoy what I do. And that's one thing about using brushes, always try and keep them wet, because if you don't and your brush dries out, it will cause it to splay a hell of a lot more than what you want. That's it. Yeah, you'll generally find that I do go quiet a little bit when I'm doing this sort of thing. For some reason or other, I have a bad habit of holding my breath, especially when I'm trying to do round detail stuff. It's a bit like the system where you actually stick your tongue out to the side of your mouth and you go, and then try and like do it that way. But no, it's it's one of the things I do. So I do apologise for the little quiet moments. Nigel's B17, blimey, that's a serious surgery. Yeah, so I've been watching that. It's really big. And then let's see, go back up to the top a bit more. Michael Naven saying, I like your paint stand, keeps the bottle upright, good idea. Yes, this was actually sent to me by a good friend called Festa67. He prints them off with his 3D printer. And it's ideal. It's the simplest ideas that seem to work. You haven't got any flashy pieces that you have to flip over to hold the lid open or anything like that. You just basically put the pot in and it stands like that. So then you just do that, put it around so the lid links over to the edge, sorted. And it keeps the pot in one place so I can't knock the damn thing over. But I've done that a few times. And there's now worse than when you knock over a bottle of one of these, either your technical paints or your shade paints. There's nothing worse than when you knock one of them over, especially the shades, because they just flood out everywhere. Make a complete messy bench. And I've done that on a number of occasions. And then you end up being like a few of the expletives come out then. Let's see. Oh, blimey, chat's jumped again. Oh, and you got Otto saying, I really need to take the plunge and paint some figures. Crack on, mate. They're great fun to do. Neither one events. Me too. Otto on Skidmark. So, yep. Nigel, if you PM me your address, I'll send you a couple of little Stormcast Eternal figures to have a go at if you want, mate. As I say, thank you for your help. I'll send you a couple of the Stormcast figures. And I've got quite a few doubles here and there, and I've got a few Space Marines I can send to you as well. You got me saying, not sure of the school name, but yeah. And you got Mike over. Nigel does outstanding work. He does indeed. They got the shoe turrets, and some are hurt, a few dead. Oh dear, something's obviously been going on. Nigel's monument says, so sad. Oh no, not kids, I hope. Hugh Gordon, 2 more thumbs up, and the magic 50, folks. I think it's 51 now, blimey. Thank you, Michael Haven. Yep, I'll totally agree with you, Michael. He does some great work for the videos that I've actually watched of Nigel's. I've been slowly watching through them. And very informative and entertaining to watch, especially when he starts hacking into things. And then tries to... I think it's all those glue fumes that he keeps sniffing that gives him the runny nose and everything. And he keeps saying he's got a cold all the time for some strange reason. Don't know why. Skullman's going, not sure. Nigel's B17, blimey, that's a serious surgery, it certainly is. And then Skullman's, no, my son knows a few from there. They got out safe. And then Hugh Gordon, well done, folks. 50 thumbs up. Much appreciated. Crazy like 160 subs. Lots blame Nigel going around tonight. Oh dear. Then you got Paul Price. Have 2 boxes of my nephew's Warhammer, never painted. Time to try something different. Give them a go, mate. The one good thing about what I always say is if you give something a go, just have fun with them. And the good thing about Warhammer, you can do whatever you like with it. It doesn't have to be the set colours of a faction or whatever. You can paint anything that you want in any colour. And that's what I always do. I never get sort of like set out to say, oh, well, they've got to be that blue, they've got to be that green or that red or whatever. I mean, I've got the... you'll find a lot of my stuff goes red and blue. Don't know why, it's just something I like the colours of it, because I think they sort of like pop with each other. And like I've got a Space Wolves ship up there, and that's supposed to be like a bluey grey. Now I didn't like that when I started using it, so I ended up doing it in my own colours and painted it blue, and then I used some slightly different metallics and everything like that on it. So yeah, it sort of went okay for why I liked it. Nigel saying thoughts and condolences to the friends and families of the victims. Yes, I don't know much about the school shooting or whatever happened, so same as what Nigel says there. And Skullmold Muse says, my mat is Night Haunt tinted, so yeah. Oh dear, spillage alert. You got Ishneem saying, right Pete's, I'm going to say good night as it's past my bedtime. Alright then, love. You take care, and night night. Marcus Bronze going, crazy must be. Michael Nevin saying, it's the smell of styrene that draws us in. Yeah. And you got Marcus Bronze saying, night Aisha. And then we've got Adam Pender joining us saying, South Carolina here. I do World War II scale modelling, Warhammer Fantasy, and DM for first and second edition, AD and E. Ooh. So yeah, I do have about 3 dragons to do from D&D. So yeah, I'm going to do them at some point. When, I don't know just yet, but they'll probably get done on this channel or this Tuesday nights or on the Saturday night. Excuse me. Oh, let's quickly have a bit slurp. Oh, that's better. You got Korra Pink saying, get Nigel down the hole. Yep, that's what I said. He's going to PM me his address. And yeah, but they're not Warhammer figures though, Nigel. So you can't get out of it. So just PM me your address or I'll just ask Fester. So it's your choice. I can ask Fester and just send them to you. Or you can just PM me your address. You got Marcus saying hey to Adam Pender. And Nigel's whinging that his cold's coming back again. You got Fungus Eater 40 ordered the new Mr. Colour 1000 Aqua Surfacer in a jar today. Ooh. New toys for the bench. And you got Korra Pink saying night Aisha, and you got Alan Sejogquist, I think that is. Hello from Seattle on a recommendation from Nigel's modelling bench. Then you got Nigel's modelling saying Aqua Surfacer at Fungus Eaters 40, and then Skullmore Muse saying 3 dead, 8 injured, shooter was caught, 15-year-old kid. Jesus. Absolutely mental for people doing that sort of stuff. I take it that's just happened tonight then, or today as it's Muse. Dear me. Alan C. Jones Quest saying hello from Seattle, recommended from Nigel. Yep, Nigel. Yes, gonna try it for airbrush priming. I do actually own 3 airbrushes, but I never use them. Then we've got Marcus Brown saying hi to Alan, and then you got Fungus Eater 40, small scale shop, just got in. Alan Shajonquist is saying hello from Seattle again. Recommended from Nigel. I think that's the 3rd one he's put in that one. Yep. Oxford High School, not far away from here. Oh dear. Got some shooter will end up being charged as an adult. So they should be. If they want to do crap like that, then they deserve to. They should also get shot themselves, I think. Then you got Adam Pender. What do you think about Reaper models? Great product at a low price. Yes, I do have a couple of Reaper models. I think I've got about 3 or 4 of them actually. The only thing I'm a bit wary about is they're very soft plastic, so I've not really used plastic that soft before, but I'm quite happy, so they're like rubbery ones. I'm quite happy to give them a go, and I will do. I mean, the wife's done one from her dragons, so yeah. Be back later as dog is hungry. Cheers, and that's Alan. And we've got Skull Review. Reaper Mini's Rule. Nigel Merrick. Fungus Leader 40. I am the master of Mr. Surfacer, and I didn't know that there was an aqueous version. Must try it. Buy all the Mr. products. Fair enough. And Skull saying yes. Oh dear. Praise your local for positive vibes and good thoughts for all those involved. Very much so. And Crazy Local saying, hey, blame Nigel. And you got Fungus Eater 40. Normie, thanks for your review of Surfacer Nigel. Would be good if you could review the Aquas Surfacer. Got Crazy Loca 174 so far on the subscribers. Wow, that is a big jump this evening, and I am very much humbled for that, and very much welcome you all to the show. I mean, yeah, it's as I said, I don't normally run my stream this long on a Tuesday night because it is as a class A school night. But as I say, I've carried on for a little bit longer tonight. But I am going to have to say goodnight at some point, sadly. We'll carry on till, what, another, say, 20 minutes, I think. We'll get a bit more of the little nag done, I think. And try and pick up some more of this little deep bits of detail. So, and then I think I'm going to have to call it a night then, because I've got work tomorrow as well. Okay. Okay. Blimey. We've got Nigel's 1%, just 3 more, Ross. Yep. And then we've doubled. Now 2 more. Fungus Eater 40 says my phone's on 12%. Lol. Oh dear. And we've got Fester from Colin's 567 Workshop. How do, sir? Good evening, Colin. I don't know if you've noticed my subs tonight, but it suddenly jumped up a little bit. Thanks to Nigel. He's brought a few little friends over from America and everywhere else, I think. And yeah, I've suddenly jumped up on subscribers. You got Nigel's Regiment saying hello to Colin. Marcus saying 2 more off. Fester67 Workshop saying hi to Korra. Hi to Nigel. JC Bricks and Building. Good evening, James. And going, even Ross and everyone in chat. Congrats on 176 subs, buddy. Thank you. Marcus saying hi to Colin. Sorry. And Colin saying sorry, nodded off. Cora Pink saying hi to James. Marcus saying hi to James. And then you got, by the way, I'm a Mr. Surfacer fanboy now, thanks to you, Nigel. That's good to hear. Let's see. You got blame Nigel for sure. Nigel's one minute saying 1 more, Ross. Yep. Festus and Workshop saying yes, please, Nigel. Lol. And then you got Scale Model Muse to Hugs to Colin. So I do try to keep up with chat, but sometimes it's a bit awkward. But as you can tell, Colin, I've actually and Colin saying hi to Muse and hugs, and then we've got Nigel 1%. You did it, doubled in one show. Yeah. Blame Nigel for 170. Yeah. Colin saying brilliant. Yeah, it's very humbling and very thankful. Thank you very much. It is very much appreciated. Not that it's going to put any more pressure on me to actually get anything sorted and finished, but we'll see. I'll hopefully keep you all engrossed and enjoying the show as much as I possibly can. I mean, as you can probably work out by now, I just build and paint whatever I like, or whatever takes me fancy now. Let's see. You got a fungus eater saying amazing. Mine stagnated lol. Some went Ross. Okay, yeah. Oh dear. Then we've got Crazy Loca, congrats. Korra Pink's on Crazy Loca, ask your question again, Ross missed it. Hugh Gordon, Double Dunter is why, as we say up north. Congratulations, Ross, blame Nigel. Korra, it is alright, trying to keep conversation going. Nice one, Nigel. Nigel's wondering, Ross, can we see a close-up of what you're doing, please? I can sort of bring it in a bit more for you if you want. Ugh. If you can zoom it in as much as I possibly can. There we go. Hopefully that's a bit better for you, because at the moment I'm just trying to work on the thing. It's not really focusing so much on it because we've got the general part, but I don't know if I've got any white paper. Yeah, sadly the camera doesn't allow. As you can see, I'm trying to basically get the rear crossing done on the rear of it, and then do the metal plates down the top here, which I'll be painting gold. So yeah, I think, what was it, who was it that was asking a question? I missed it. Oh, Crazy Loca, you asked a question. If I can answer it, please feel free to ask again. But he's saying it's alright, trying to keep conversation going. You got Corbing, okay, it's not often he misses them. No, I don't normally have this many people in chat try sort of do this sort of thing. Stephen Wick goes, hi, this is Steve from Chesapeake, Virginia. Nigel told me I should subscribe and check out your channel. He said you prefer brush painting, so do I. So I figured I would check out your craft. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. You got Fester saying hi to Steve Wheaton and welcome. Jeffrey Purcell, hello from Australia. Nigel's asked us to drop in, so hi Ross, how's things going? Very surprising tonight that we've got so many. So yeah, Very grateful to Nigel. He's saying that's focused nicely. Okay. I'll leave it on the zoom so you can actually see it a bit better for a little while. I mean, at the moment I'm just trying to bring all the smaller skull details out a bit more by using different size brushes, but don't know if that's any better for you to see what I'm doing. I do have a habit of bringing things close into my chest when I'm painting, especially when I'm doing sort of like tight detail stuff like this. It's just a bad habit I have. And something the wife keeps telling me that I should really get out of. I mean, you'll find with me, it's unlike most, I'll generally paint most of my parts before I actually glue them together. Unlike a lot of other Warhammer builders, they'll actually stick everything together first. I prefer to do mine this way around. I just find it easier to get into places, even though you don't actually see them once you've actually stuck it together. But then I know that I've actually painted them. And that's, as I said, when my sort of like OCD kicks in, saying like, well, I know I've missed that bit underneath there, so it'll bug the hell out of me if I don't do it. But yeah, at the moment I'm using what's this one? This is a 5/0 brush that I'm actually using at the moment. I think the other one is it's a 0. The smallest brush I generally use, especially when I'm doing really fine line stuff, will be down to 10/0. So yeah, that's how sort of smaller brushes that I'll generally use. And I get these brushes from ABC Brushes from Facebook, believe it or not. You generally find them on there. And they are really nice brushes, but you're with me, because I do a lot of metallic work, I do generally tend to burn through brushes. Because metallics paints is not generally brush friendly, so to speak. They will destroy your brushes after a while. Okay. I forgot to before I did that bit. Never mind. I'm still get it done now. Where do I put that purple? Where are you? There it is. Yep. That was Okay. And what I want to do is just like I did with the other piece and give it a purple hint. Mostly on the silver metal work. I mean, sadly, you can't really see the purple in it too much, even when you I forgot to actually do that before I did the other bits. Never mind. Yeah, over his rump a bit more. That's it. Let's see. Okay. What I'll do is I'll show you some of my other previous work that I've done in a minute, because I'll spend a bit of time doing that. I mean, as it is near enough time for me to sign off for the evening. Let's see. These are sable brushes, the ones that I'm using. They're not natural hair. I don't like them because for some reason I find they split too much, especially with the metallic paints that I use. It can, as I said, they do actually destroy the brushes. It doesn't matter whether they're real hair or not. I mean, even though I clean my brushes with that, it does destroy brushes a hell of a lot. Does the metallic, so I do swap out brushes quite often. I have about 5 different types of paint brushes. I have a Flip Nick Pro. I have the Boldmere, Winsor Newton, Pro Arty, all different basic brushes I use from different makes. I've got some that are really, really cheap that I can use just for bashing on stuff. Nigel's Monuments. Why do small brushes curl up on the end? It's mainly because you're using the tip of them a lot more, so therefore with you putting pressure on them, it does cause it, because you're causing friction and it heats the ends up, especially if you're using stable brushes or like a artificial brush hairline and you're using them a lot, so it does actually cause them to curl. My son and daughter-in-law are into Warhammer. Nice to hear it, Steve. You got Crazy Loco, KK Ross, what Rush? Yep, I'll for that part. And Marcus Brun, hi Stephen, hi Jeffrey. Stephen saying hi to Marcus. Michael Haven saying, Ross, show us your work up close up. I will have to set the camera up a little bit better for showing a bit better, more work, but I can just show you quickly before we end tonight. That is the, oops, there we go. That's the head of the horse that I've done so far. Bring that. There we go. There we go. There we go. So that's just basically with a bit of a wash over and everything. So I'm hoping to replicate this sort of finish over the whole of the armour part of it and onto the other horse. So you got Crazy Loco saying, gotcha, appreciate the answers. Well, as much as I can, I will. I mean, as I said, I'm no expert of what I do. I just enjoy what I paint and how I do it. That's all I can say on that one, I'm afraid. You got Colin saying, needs more guns. We'll have a few, just not many. Was metallic reasons was asking. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I use a number of different ones. I mean, as I said, I've got the green stuff metallics, and I use the Vallejo Model Air metallics. They're the main ones, and I've got some model color ones, but I still prefer the Vallejo Model Air for using. Even though it's designed for the airbrushes, I'll use it directly through with a paintbrush. Makes no difference to me. Why do small brushes cut the other way around? That wet. Most of mine are sable, and that's from Muse. I use acrylics. That's it. I don't use any other type of paint. I have 2 lacquer ones, and they get used very rarely. They are this one, which is the liquid gold from Vallejo, and I do have the liquid copper. Now these are very nice paints, but they do smell. That's the only reason why I have thinners in the house for doing that. Muse is saying Taclon for metal paints. Yep, as I said, each their own. I mean, as I said, I prefer my Vallejo's because they're safe enough. We're having kids around. They can't generally hurt themselves with if they try to swallow them, like the acrylic paints. It's not going to hurt them. You got Fungus Eater saying I use Citadel synthetics for dry brushing. Yes, I do have a couple of Citadels that I use, and I find I only use their dry brushes. I don't use any of their normal brushes because they just go to pieces very, very quickly, and they're just rubbish. And they're far too expensive for what they actually are. I mean, I would rather use one of these brushes, my Bolmers, than their Citadel brushes. To be honest with you, I just think they're horrible brushes. Most use the side of the brush, not always the tip. It curls easily on any brush type. Yep. And I actually use the side and the tip. It all depends on what I'm trying to get to when I'm actually doing the detail work. Colin saying, Crazy Loca, we share the love, buddy. Scale model Muse, thanks. I'm learning bunches. Appreciate you all sharing. Hey, if it helps, great. That's my aim, is to help other people if I can. And as I keep saying, I'm no expert at what I do. I just do what I do for enjoyment purposes, and I let other people watch me do silly stuff. Crazy Locus in the crazy things, and then Alan Sir John Quist is saying, do you ever use any oils? No, not anymore. I used to. I just don't use them now because I find with the acrylics they dry quicker, and I'm not sitting around waiting for paint to dry. As you can see tonight with doing this one, I've literally gone from blank canvas to about 20-30% of it done, and that one took me about 15-20 minutes to paint the head of the horse up. So if you're using enamels, you'd have to stop and start every sort of like half an hour waiting for bloody oils to paint dry. Muse is going, Army Painter, dry brushes for me. Fair enough. Skill Muse, inks here but no oils at present. Yeah, as I did, everybody has their own idea of how and what to use. As I said, I don't use oils. I mean, the only sort of close to the main lacquer ones I use, I mean, they're the only Tamiya paints I'll use, and they're the clear coat colours. So I use them for doing like little gems and that sort of thing. You've got scale model used. Colin saying scale model used, not tried inks, but keen to. And you got Crazy Locust saying has been a pleasure to meet you all. Thanks, Nigel. And yep, Michael's Haven saying I like acrylic paint, safer and less fumes. Very much so. And as I said, when you got kids around the house, especially my 3-year-old that decides to come and destroy everything at the bench anyway, it's handy. So what does it say? I was going to bring down a couple of little figures that I'm going to show you. I've done recently. Where are you now? Ah, there they are. There's 2 of them. Here we go. Move that out of the way. Move you out of the way. So yeah, that's one of my little figures that I've done recently. And that's all the mixture of Citadels and Vallejo paints on there, but mostly Citadels. So yeah, that's all the detail work and everything that I do. And that's on the Stormcast Eternals. And then that's the my latest Space Marine that I've done. And that one's for my eldest son's army, because he's now wanting to get into it and wanting to play his own army. So he wanted the Blood Angels army, so that's what I'm doing for him on this one. So these are from the Imperium magazine set. So yeah, that's what they're from. So all of his, I'll be using the whole of the Imperium set ones to do all of his magazine, doing his army for him. Unless there's any that I want to keep myself, and then I'll quite happily keep them without telling him. Nigel's one saying, no worries, Crazy Loca. Looking forward to more streams. Please do come back and join in. I mean, as I said, I don't normally stay on so late on a Tuesday, but as a Saturday, I can probably extend it a bit because there's not generally anybody on after I finish. Well, after I come on. And that's again, I start at 10 PM British Standard Time, or GMT. I think it's about 5 o'clock in most US places, or whatever it was over there. I'm not sure, but yeah. Please feel free to come back and join in. I mean, it's been very much of a eye-opener tonight, seeing lots of new people coming in. And great to see all the chat, and the likes are up nicely. So yeah, thank you very much. You got Colin saying, Crazy Loca, same buddy, nice to see you. My one saying, no worries, Crazy Loca, scale, model use, kids or pets. I've got both. Marcus Brown saying, great show, Ross, thank you, and thank you all. And you've got Skull Model Muse. Even with the booth, I try to spray, not to spray smelly paints. I'm glad Nigel sent me over here. Thanks, Nigel. Very much so. I mean, thank you much for coming over. So I'll change back over to face cam and scare the hell out of all of you now. You can see my ugly little mug. So yeah, thank you all for joining me, and it's been very, very much appreciated. And a big thank you and big shout out to Nigel. Yeah, it was a hell of a surprise, mate, and it's very much appreciated. So now I get me personal URL, and that makes the main thing I wanted to do. So yeah, it's very, very, very much appreciated. I'm glad the new booth I got with the twin fans is a godsend. I can paint with leveling thinner and not smell a thing. Well, most of the time you've got a cold, Nigel, so you can't smell half the time anyway. Then you've got Crazy Loco Muse, yeah. That's my concern. Also, 3 18-year-old cats and a dog. Fumes can be an issue if I want to keep air conditioning in Florida. Yeah. You got Skull with cooling. Coal inks are nice though through an airbrush. Jeffrey Purcell, do you also paint Napoleonic soldiers and D&D figures? I haven't done any D&D figures yet, and I haven't painted any Napoleonic soldiers yet, but I may give them a try in the future. So you never know. You just have to keep watching and find out if I get any. It all depends if somebody may send me some or whatever. It's not a area that I generally go to is Napoleonic stuff, but I'll give them a go. If I like them, I like them, and I'll do the best I can with them. You got Skull Review saying I need a better vent, but what I have is okay for now. And then you got Festus saying take care all, see you soon I hope. Patrick Clark, very nice work Ross, thank you very much. Muse saying later all, and lol eek. Patrick Clark, yeah, thanks Nigel for the link. Crazy Local Nighters, all blame Nigel, 189 subs. Yes, I've near enough hit the 200 in one night. So yeah, over doubled me thing. Pleasure to chat with you. Cheers. Thank you very much for joining me. Fungus here at 40 saying phone about to die. Thanks Ross and Nigel. Bye everyone. Nigel's one who mentioned night all. See you all soon for a snazzy new product review. Yes, I will definitely have a watch on that. Well, new to me. We'll look out for more streams. Yep, please do. Colin saying, take care, folks. Jeffrey Purcell saying, as they say, you got a great face for radio. Exactly. Yep, definitely agree with that. Crazy Loco 193, maybe low. I'm on tomorrow. Yes, Colin's on tomorrow at 5:30 UK time. Or 17:30. Korra Pink saying, Nigel, you definitely made our night. He certainly has. And you got Alan saying, good night, Ross. Good night, Nigel and Jess. Yep. So, it's a hell of a night for me. And all I'll say again is big thank you to Nigel. Yeah. Very nice to meet all the new members that have come and joined the channel. I hope you stay and enjoy what I've put out. And I will say good night for now. And catch up on Fester's workshop tomorrow at 17:30. If you wish to go and join him, please do. Great bloke. He's the one who got me first into this YouTube malarkey. So, yeah. Thank you very much. And I'll say no night for now. See ya.